Happy Friday, everyone. We have finished Ransom of the Seven Ships, and that means we are starting a new Nancy Drew game. Today we are starting the White Wolf of Icicle Creek. It's number 16 in the Nancy Drew game series. Let's start by reading the case file like we do to see what's going on. Current assignment: head to the Icicle Creek Lodge, a small guest lodge deep in the Canadian Rockies of Alberta, Canada, and try to figure out why so many accidents have been happening there. The woman who runs the lodge, Chantal Moique, called me out of the blue saying that Bet and Ed Raleigh from Shadow Ranch had recommended me. She sounded so desperate that I couldn't refuse. She said she was on her way to Edmonton to meet with her lawyers, so her handyman Ollie Randall will pick me up at the airport. She told me it's been really cold and snowy there, and that I should pack accordingly. And then she said something about a wolf. The connection was getting really bad, and I could barely hear her, but I'm pretty sure she used the word prowling, or was it howling, along with dangerous and be careful. Accidents are one thing, but wild animals, I hope I know what I'm getting into. Okay, let's just... Let's click on our plane ticket. We're playing junior mode.
When Chantal told me you were just a young thing, well, I thought she was pulling my leg. But you're not much older than my little girl, Freddie.
Well, if one of the people at the lodge is to blame for all those accidents, Chantal thinks somebody like me has a better chance of figuring out who it is than somebody more, hard-nosed.
Chantal has a bad habit of making up her mind without thinking things clear through. No need for you to tell her I said that, of course.
Is she still in Edmonton?
Afraid so. Insurance company's giving her and her lawyers a real hard time. Left running the lodge up to me. Which is why I'm not real crazy about the idea of having somebody new underfoot, especially if something else happens.
I won't be underfoot, Mr. Randall, and I may be young, but I'm no novice when it comes to solving mysteries.
We're here, so you'll get to prove yourself soon enough. You hear that? Well, now, what was that? No, ma'am. Everyone here at the lodge is accounted for.
That's where Elsa and Becky had been living. Guess it was a good thing they quit after all. Elsa was my maid and Becky was my cook. Does the sheriff have any idea why the bunkhouse exploded?
He said he'd know more after the lab was done running tests on the debris he'd collected. He did say the blast was pretty powerful.
One of his deputies found the knob to the back door clear out on the highway.
Oh, that does it. Nancy, you have to find out who or what is behind these incidents, and you have to do it fast.
You sure you don't want to give your daddy a call?
My dad runs a whole chain of resorts, Ollie. If you think I'm going to admit to him that I can't handle running just one, guess again. Besides, Nancy comes highly recommended, and I'm sure she's got a foolproof plan for getting to the bottom of this. Don't you, Nancy?
Well, I was thinking that maybe I'd just be your new maid.
You want to be my maid?
That would give me access to everyone's room, and I could question people without making them overly suspicious.
Oh, yeah, that's an excellent idea. All right, you're my new maid. In fact, you're my new cook, too.
Your cook?
Well, that way, Ollie can stop pretending he can even read a recipe, let alone follow one. You'll have even more excuses to talk to the guests, and I won't have to pay anyone.
Why, I think that's a fine idea, ma'am.
Now, we're not taking any more guests until this accident thing is cleared up. So I want both of you to make sure that the 4 guests we have are well taken care of. Especially that Olympic caliber cross-country skier from Fredonia, Yannie. The flair he brings to the lodge is just what I need to attract the European jet-setting crowd.
I'm gonna be pretty busy trying to get rid of that wolf, Chantal.
We heard it howl last night, just before the bunkhouse blew up.
Well, do whatever you have to, Ollie. Oh, and Nancy, I want you to call this police detective I've hired as a consultant. I put his number on the phone there at the lodge. In fact, I think you know him. Tino Balducci? I
Tino Balducci.
I'll get you a master key and leave it in your room. If you need anything else, I'll be in the basement.
Okay, so Tino is from one of the other Nancy Drew games. I think we might find
This
out.
must be the key Ollie said he'd leave for me. And this must be a list of which guest is in what room. That'll come in handy.
I think eventually we'll find out in this one why she doesn't like him. Let's see. We have Bill Kessler, Lou Talbot. That's vacant. Guadalupe Camillo. And then Yannie and Nancy. Let's see. Employee instructions. Maid duties. Daily cleaning. Pick up laundry bag at the front desk. Available after 5:45 a.m. We have our clock right up here in the right corner. Enter and clean only those rooms displaying the housekeeping sign. Make the bed. Remove used towels and washcloths. All rooms displaying the housekeeping sign must be cleaned no later than noon. When finished, drop the laundry bag down the chute at the top of the stairs by the restroom.
Skating pond maintenance. Oh, looks like I'm going to be doing a little bit of everything while I'm here.
Yeah, why? Pond must be shoveled after every snowfall. Warning, some sections of ice will be very thin due to hot spring activity. Pay close attention to the color of the ice and only shovel off those areas which are safe to skate on. The shade of the ice will reveal how many adjacent ice grids have dangerously thin ice. Be sure to mark these areas with an orange safety cone and to never step on one. So is this the safe ones and then these are the dangerous ones? Oh. Okay. Example of a shoveled snow pond. This color means there are 3 patches of thin ice nearby. Okay. This color means that there are no patches of thin ice nearby. The bottom area never has thin ice. Place cones on thin and cracked ice. This color means that there is 1 patch of thin ice nearby. Okay.
Report all avalanches to the Avalanche Patrol.
Okay, I thought she was going to say something else. Criminal activity. Report any and all criminal activity observed in the vicinity of Icicle Creek Lodge to the sheriff. Sauna employees should remember that heat and moisture sometimes cause the door to the sauna to stick, and should periodically check to make sure that no guests are stuck inside. Okay, breakfast is served from 7 a.m. to 8:15 a.m. Lunch is served from noon to 1. Dinner is served from 6 to 7. For food preparation, please consult manual in the kitchen. Okay, well, let's see. Okay, so there are some people down through here that have are requesting room service cleanup. So let's get the bag. Oh goodness. My darling Elsa, remember how I told you that I love you more than anything? Well, that was true. But what's even truer is that I'm going to love you forever. Sometimes thinking about forever makes me dizzy. Like when I start thinking about the sky and how it doesn't stop at the moon or the sun or even the Milky Way, but just keeps going and going and going. But when I think about you, forever seems totally cool, because it's one thing to just keep going and going and going by yourself, but to keep going and going and going with somebody, that's awesome. Write me back as soon as you get this. I can't wait to see you next week. Love forever, L. Okay.
Looks like Elsa was having major boyfriend problems.
Dearest Elsa, you said in your letter that you love me forever back, but if that's true, why'd you put off coming here to see me? When I read you weren't coming, I stopped and looked around because it felt just like somebody had walked up and stabbed me through the heart. I'm starting to get real jealous of that lodge you work at. You spend way, way, way more time there than you do with me. And I don't like it one bit. I can't help myself. I'm so in love with you, it's getting hard to see straight. And that's the truest thing I've ever told you. Come see me next week. Totally and completely yours, L. See, is this the other one? Yeah. Dear Elsa, this time when I read in your letter saying you weren't coming, I didn't get sad, I got mad. I can't believe you think working as a stupid maid at some stupid lodge for some stupid lady whose name I can't even pronounce is more important than spending time with me. If I didn't love you so much, I'd tell you to go take a flying leap. But since I love you more than anything, I'll just have to do something else. Like maybe take your precious collection of troll dolls out of the box you stored in my garage and dump them down the disposal. Or maybe I'll sell them on eBay for a nickel apiece. I don't know how else to make you understand that I love you with all my heart and I always will. I think there's one under the desk. Yeah.
Chantal,
Oh.
This is my formal notice of resignation. Please call me at 555-2383 if you expect any delay with the check. Elsa.
I've put a claim to your insurance company for the damage I sustained to my tires by the wolf. Okay. Well, let's go take care of the rooms. Oops. Okay, let's go over here and make the bed. And then go over here and grab the towels. And then on to the next room. It seems like it's the side that has the clock on it is the side that we can go to make the bed. Okay, we got 2 more down here. Oh my goodness. Okay, 1 more. Oh, well, you know what? This one doesn't have a clock. Let's see, is this, this guy, yeah, is this Yannie's room? Hates to lose, expected to win, and I always did. Knowing your enemy is the surest way to defeat him. I know some of my competitors better than I know myself. Some believe he studies his competitors so he can eliminate them. Okay. Well, that seems suspicious. Towels. What room was this? Do we have that thing in here? Oh, no, it's Guadalupe's room. Okay, so a clock is missing from Guadalupe's room. Let's go...
This must be where I dropped the laundry bag after I'm done cleaning all the rooms.
Oh, so we just dropped the entire bag down there. Okay. Now let's go back to the front desk. Did we add her number? No. That's... oh. Okay. Elsa. Oh, we have to type it in. Oh. Did we type it in wrong? Nope. Okay. We just can't call her at the moment. Okay, let's check our task list.
That's finished. Check. Oops.
Oh.
Haven't done that.
Okay, at the side of that blown up bunkhouse.
Check. That's finished. That's finished.
I don't think we've looked around all the guest rooms.
Can't check that off yet.
No.
Still need to do
Okay.
that.
So let's call Chantal.
Hello?
Hi, Chantal. It's Nancy Drew.
You know who's behind the accident?
Not quite yet.
Oh.
About Tino, I'm not totally comfortable with the idea of consulting with him on this case.
Why not? Two heads are always better than one, and I find him to be very knowledgeable and kinda charming.
Do you know what he did when we were on that train trip Laurie Gerard arranged?
He didn't go into a lot of detail, but he did say that that's all water under the bridge. In fact, I insist that if and when you're stumped about something, you ask Tino to help you out. That's what I'm paying him for. Agreed?
Agreed.
Good.
I'd like to hear more about the accidents that have been happening around here.
The first thing that happened was the worst. The Faringdale family and Becky the cook all came down with food poisoning and had to be hospitalized. Somehow, the potato salad got contaminated, although Becky swears it wasn't because of anything she did. I cannot tell you how awful it was. All 5 people became violently ill at roughly the same time. But were they all in the same room? Of course not. They were spread out all over the lodge. Poor Elsa was cleaning for days. And the odor? Oh my gosh. Anyway, then Carl Jenkins slipped on the stairs outside and broke his leg. Then Lou Talbot's window was broken. Then Elsa the maid's tires were slashed. Then the phone wires were cut. And then... oh yeah, and then the Southwaites were almost overcome by fumes when gas started leaking into the sauna.
So who's suing you? The only accidents that you can be sure were sabotaged were the tires, the phone wires, and maybe the explosion in the bunkhouse.
So, who's suing you?
No one yet. But my lawyers are afraid it's just a matter of time and are trying to figure out what preventative measures to take.
That makes sense.
That's it for now.
One more thing. Ask Yannie if it would be all right if I used his name and picture on the Icicle Creek Lodge website. I mean, when I finally have a website, it would be great publicity, okay?
Sure.
Good. Talk to you soon.
Okay, I don't think that we can look around
Been there, done that.
the guest rooms now because we've already cleaned them for the day. Let's go see if we can find some guests to introduce ourselves to them.
Well, hello there. You must be the new maid Ollie told us about. I'm Bill Kessler. This guy's Lou Talbot.
Hey.
What's your name again?
Nancy Drew. Just thought I'd come over and say hello.
Well, Lou here's a grad student. Art major of all things. You're probably gonna need a jackhammer and some hydrochloric acid to clean his room, eh?
Have you two been at the lodge for a while?
About a week, I guess. I checked in right after he did. We sat down after breakfast one morning and discovered that this fox and geese game is pretty darn fun. I've been whipping his tail ever since.
Is this the first time you've been to the lodge?
Yep, sure is. I came for the ice fishing. Of course, knowing there's a renegade wolf running around is kinda dampened my enthusiasm.
What about all the accidents that have been happening around here?
Bad luck, that's all. No, the only thing that bothers me about this place is the wolf. They should get rid of it, and the sooner the better. They didn't put up with wolves prowling around this place 40 years ago, and they shouldn't put up with them now.
What are you, Little Red Riding Hood? That wolf's not hurting anybody. People should just leave it alone.
You'll be singing a different tune when it has some little kid for breakfast, then has you for lunch.
Not gonna happen, dude.
Trust me, if something bad can happen, chances are it eventually will, dude. Hey, I know what you can do. Shovel the snow off the skating pond so we can do some speed skating. Lou here thinks he's faster than me.
You're like ancient. Of course I'm faster than you.
You may have youth on your side, my friend, but I've been working construction since before you were born, which means I am more fit now than you will ever be. Get that pond shoveled so we can settle this, okay, kiddo?
Consider it done.
What are you doing? Go shovel off the pond so Lou and I can skate.
I guess that counted as talking to both of them. I think Ollie said he was down here. Oh!
Oh, no.
Is something wrong?
You are what is wrong. Chantal said there will be no more guests to make noise at all hours and disturb my training. Yet what stands before me? A new guest.
No, I'm not a guest. I'm Nancy Drew, the new maid, and the new cook.
Forgive me. Allow me to start over. I am Yannie Vokstaya. I am here to train for the Eastern European Cross-Country Championship. I spend my days doing interval work, drills, and isometric exercises. I follow a strict program, one painstakingly designed by a team of the best coaches in Fredonia. In fact, under no circumstances are you to use your key to let anyone into my room. My competitors are constantly spying on me, trying to steal my techniques.
I understand.
No, what you must understand is this. If anything is missing or so much as out of place in my room, you can expect a visit from me, and it will not be a pleasant one.
Have you ever seen the wolf while you were out training?
No, for which I'm very grateful. In my country, in Fredonia, it is said that the gaze of the wolf will make you go blind.
You don't really believe that, do you?
They are creatures of infinite evil, and that is all I am going to say on the matter.
Chantal would like to use your name and picture on her website when she gets it up and running. Would that be okay?
I am sorry, but no.
Oh, well, so much for that. I've disturbed you long enough.
It has been a pleasure.
Okay, so we've talked to Lou, Bill, and Yannie. I think the only one missing is Guadalupe?
Need something?
I'm just trying to get the lay of the land. Or the lay of the lodge, in this case.
Well, this is my workshop. I'm building something that's gonna solve all our problems. A wolf trap. One that'll finish off that thing out there once and for all.
You think the wolf is causing the accidents?
Not a doubt in my mind. Everything was A-OK till it showed up and started howling. It's bad luck, and something's protecting it. Something unnatural.
Why do you say that?
Yesterday I went looking for it. I tracked it and finally found it, sitting across the creek, not 20 yards away from me, just staring at me. So I raised my rifle, drew a bead, and fired. Easiest shot I've ever taken in my life. And I missed. So I fired again, and I missed, and then I missed again, and all the while it just sat there staring until finally it just stood up, walked toward the brush just as calm as could be, and disappeared. Wild animals just don't act like that, and I just don't miss like that. There's something real weird about that wolf, and I ain't gonna rest till I get rid of it. So maybe we should just find something else to job out. You met my little girl yet?
No, but you mentioned that her name is Freddie?
Yep. Spends most of her time outside. She built herself a little snow fort. Just sits out there waiting for somebody to go by so she can pick a snowball fight with them. I keep asking her how she manages to stay warm all day, but she won't tell me. Says she's got a secret weapon. Yeah, she's something.
Does your wife, Freddie's mom, does she live here too?
In the summer she does, but in the winter she goes south. See, she's got this nerve condition that makes her real sensitive to cold. Freddie'd like to go with her, but until Chantal stops putting off giving me that raise she promised me, sending Freddie south too is out of the question.
How do you explain what happened to Carl Jenkins, the former guest who slipped on the stairs and broke his leg?
Can't explain it. One minute those stairs were clear and dry, next minute they're slick with ice and he's lying at the bottom of them.
Could a broken pipe or something have been to blame?
This place hasn't had so much as a leaky faucet since I came aboard. I keep everything screwed down tight and running right. You ask me, somebody iced those stairs down on purpose. 'Cause it wasn't nothing I did, no sir. No sir.
How long have you worked for Chantal?
About a year and a half. I was her first hire, best hire too. I could run this place single-handed if I had to, just like I'm doing now.
The first time I talked to Chantal, she mentioned you used to be a rancher. Do you miss ranching?
Yeah, a little. Tough life though. Owned my own spread about 15 years ago. Well, bank owned most of it. And after 2 bad winters and 1 bone-dry summer, the bank owned all of it. But I've learned a whole lot since then. I could make it work now. Just need to find the right property, get my hands on enough cash to make a down payment, that's all.
I'll get out of your hair now.
See you later.
I think the last thing we're gonna do... Let's see.
Still need to do that.
Yeah, we haven't talked to Guadalupe yet. I guess we could try to go find her. What is this?
Bone which Trapper Dan found near the lodge. He believed it came from a race of giants known as Rexes. The bone's not there. Wonder what happened to it.
Oh, we need a code for these. Snowshoes owned and used by Trapper Dan in the early 1900s. Well, that's interesting. Trapper
Dan's needle.
He built this monument not far from the lodge. Why he built it remains a mystery. And also the picture's missing.
Young and old alike have stayed at Icicle Creek Lodge throughout its 100-year history. Looks like some of the pictures are missing.
Yep. Rugged setting of the lodge, while spectacular, also makes it prone to natural dangers. Avalanches are not uncommon, and hot springs cause ponds in the area to freeze unevenly. Because Icicle Lake is so remote, the Navy used it for research during World War II. Although Trapper Dan, who never married, probably found himself snowbound and totally alone for several weeks each winter, which no doubt explains some of the lodge's more eccentric features and furnishings, he was outgoing and intellectually curious, and often entertained celebrities at the lodge, including Teddy Roosevelt, Lizzie Applegate, Frederick Banting, Ernest Hemingway, and Marie Curie. Oh. Theodore Roosevelt and Trapper Dan.
Trapper Dan, seen here with his pet pig, Mary.
In the early 20th century, Trapper Dan, seen here with his pet pig Mary, was famous throughout the Northwest Territories of Canada. His skill at trapping beavers, badgers, martens, fishers, minks, lynx, wolverines, and foxes was legendary. Suggestions from Lizzie Applegate, seen at Wright, reportedly came in handy when, in 1905, a heavy pelt tax was levied on fur trappers, and Trapper Dan added hidden chambers, passageways, and hard-to-open locks to the lodge to facilitate his smuggling operation. Oh. Okay. See, it's it's 11:47 now. At 12, we'll go into the kitchen to cook lunch.
Well, who are you?
My name's Nancy Drew.
Perhaps what I should have asked, Nancy, is what are you? You're obviously much too young to be a paying guest.
Huh.
I'm the new maid.
Oh, the new maid. Thank goodness. I was wondering how much longer the owner expected us to endure these conditions and still pay full price.
How long has Elsa been gone?
2 days, I think. Maybe even 3. I don't know. It's all a blur of dirt and dust and soap residue. My name is Guadalupe Comillo. My friends call me Lupe. Be a doll and clean my room first. It'll hardly take you any time at all, especially compared to the other rooms. The other guests are all men. Single men.
Well, I'm happy to report that I've already cleaned your room.
Excellent.
I hate to sound nosy, but what are you doing?
Birds. I'm watching birds. That's what I am, you see, a bird watcher. Sometimes I go outside and watch, and sometimes I stay inside. It all depends on what the birds feel like doing and what I feel like doing.
What kind of birds do you see here?
In the short time I've been here, I've seen hawks, eagles, orioles, cardinals, jays, nothing truly rare. But to a wildlife lover such as myself, seeing them in such a spectacular setting is thrilling nonetheless.
So hawks, eagles, orioles, and cardinals and jays.
Have you met the other guests?
I've bumped into them at one time or another, yes. I don't spend all my time in front of this window. That Yannie fellow, he's very talented but extremely intense. His whole life revolves around being the best in the world. As for the two who are always sitting across the way playing that silly game, the older man, Bill Kessler, he's no deep thinker, but he's nice enough. But the other one, that college student, talking to him is like trying to converse with a giant turnip. No social graces whatsoever. I almost prefer talking to the handyman. Almost. Anyone that intent on destroying something as glorious as that wolf is hardly worth talking to.
Well, I'd better stop bugging you and get to work.
Au revoir.
Okay, now we're gonna go right here into the kitchen. Okay, quesadilla and a hamburger with cheese, 2 pickle, 2 onion, and ketchup. Let's see, hang on. 2. 3. 4. Oh. Do they do it by themselves? Wait, is it the last 2 and the first 2? Yeah. Oopsies. Oh no. Oh. Oh, okay, I see. So let's put that back on there. Let's see, I need 1. Freddie and Lou. Oh, I guess I could have been... Ah. Okay. So, cheese, 2 pickle, cheese, 1, 2, and then what else? 2 pickle, 2 onion, and 1 ketchup. And ketchup. That there.
Order up.
And then 1 cheese, 2 lettuce. Onion, mustard, and ketchup.
Order up. Order up.
Oh, I need another, let's see. Okay. Need 2 more. Come on. Okay, what do you want? Cheese, lettuce, 2 pickle, tomato. Oops. I think. Yep, okay.
Order up.
Cheese, lettuce, 2 pickle, and tomato. Cheese, lettuce, and 2, tomato, mustard, and ketchup.
Order up.
And then 2 cheese, pickle, tomato, mustard. 2 cheese, pickle, tomato, mustard. Oh. One more time. Okay. 2 cheese, pickle, tomato, mustard. Pickle, tomato, mustard. Okay. Now that we have finished that, that is where I am going to leave off on this part. Let's go ahead and check off stuff from our task list if we can.
That's finished.
Okay, that's the only thing we can check off right now. Thank you guys for watching. If you all enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like before you go. Leave a comment down below. Subscribe if you are new, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.